me, Big D, at the OCP Organized Chaos Podcast. We are back for our second episode. For everyone who's listened to the first episode, thank you. We're going to try to get everything rocking and rolling, get a little bit more smoother, just learn from this. But man, what a week! What a week! A lot of content. And frankly, I'm tired of hearing about it, but we gotta talk about it. Have to talk about it. But I hope everyone, had a good week. Hope work ain't stressed you out too much. The DMV, man, the traffic is ass. Like, my commute is ridiculous. But I think I spend a day's worth of work in traffic for the whole week, and that'd be like for 4 days, and it's crazy. But Jesus, something got to give. I got to get one of those work from home jobs where I got to get to a point where I can do something different. Well, that's why I'm doing this now, just another avenue or something. But this traffic, man, it's getting ridiculous. But man, I went to sleep one night and woke up, and I opened my phone and I was like, what the hell is going on? I was so shocked. I was like, man. And we all know what we talking about. We talking about Will and Chris Rock and the Oscars or whatever. I have never seen anything like this as far as on a awards perspective in a long time. I think I got to go back to actually seeing the Source Awards. If people old enough and they actually saw that award show where Suge Knight, that's what he said his infamous line of, you don't want producers dancing all in your videos. When he said that line, and even when Tupac came on on the stage with like 50 dudes and interrupted, I think it was Tribe Called Quest performing or something. Tupac came on the stage with like 52. It was the Source Awards was wild. If anybody remember the Source Awards, was wild. Even not too far long ago, when they was doing the Source Awards, it was always something happening. Just always somebody fighting, whatever, before the awards or whatever. But I've never seen anything like this at an award show. I think one year Nipsey slapped the shit out of somebody, but it wasn't at the awards. It was like around the awards. I think he was trying to get somewhere, and some dude that was directing traffic or whatever, he jumped out with Nip, and Nip slapped the shit out of him. But I don't think we ever seen this on an award show. I really don't think we ever seen this on an award show. And I got a maybe not so popular opinion, or I said, everybody's on the fence on how they feel about this, or it's a lot deeper with that. And this is what we do here. We dig deep on things. We don't try to be too surface level. We try to have fun and make jokes and have fun with everything. But there's deeper things that go on with it. But when I first saw it, the first thing that came to my damn mind when I saw this, Ludacris was the first thing I came to mind. I was like, I feel like slapping a nigga today. That song, I don't even know what the name of that song was, but that was the first thing that came to my damn mind when I saw that. But when I first saw it, I was like, is this real? Like, probably like with everybody else. I was like, I don't know if this is real now. Sometimes I go back and forth. I'm on the fence with this, but I have no clue if it's real or not. It looked real, especially when you see some of the clips of afterwards how Chris Rock was reacting to certain things, and especially when Questlove came on the set and Will dapped him up, and Chris Rock real cool with Quest or whatever this and that. He looking at him like, I know this Bama ain't just dap him up like that, and then he just looking around. Chris was like confused or whatever. But if you really look at that clip, Chris looked like he wanted to swing back, but in the moment, because he hit, if you look at it, he balled his fist up, but then he was about to take a step forward, but then he thought about it or whatever. But I think his being a man and knowing how to control your anger and stuff like that, you have to be able to think in a moment of what's going on, what's the temperature, what's the setting, what's everything involved. Being a man, you have to be. A lot of times, you can't never let nobody get you off your square. Now, if somebody hits you, I mean, you're only defending yourself. But in Will's case, it's like one of those things. It's like you have to have a calmness about yourself, even if you want to do something in a moment. You got to think about, okay, if that's what you want to do, wait till commercial, or commercial was coming right up, or you go back, you go to them afterwards and say, hey man, you know and talk to him man to man, and away from everybody, like, yo, and say everything you said while he was right there, but you can do it in a private manner, like, yo, man to man, me and you, we cool, whatever, this and other, but if this continue, I'm gonna have to whoop your ass, like, straight up like that. And and you just going from there, but you'll never let nobody get you off your square and act a fool and make yourself look bad, because and this way it digs deeper, because realistically that all of that was not about Chris and that joke, and this and that and other. It wasn't about that. And before I get into that, I've seen so much stuff online of people saying, especially women saying, "Oh, she's dealing with a medical condition," and this and that. I totally understand that, and I totally get it. But men deal with that same those same conditions and same things like that. They lose their hair, whatever, and they be the butt of jokes and this and that, and nobody say anything. And actually, women be saying, talking about receding hairlines and men going bald and whatever, this and other. They don't know what that man might be going through or whatever, but them jokes fly, and nobody says anything. And realistically, on that same show, I love Regina Hall. Um, she went after LeBron and his hair. So I'm like, if Savannah was there, did she have carte blanche to just go up there and smack the shit out of Regina Hall for talking about her husband and his hairline and him losing his hair and stuff like that? It's like, where do we draw the line? It's like nobody really thought about it. Nobody said anything about that, because that got lost in it. On the same platform, that joke was made about a man losing his hair, and saying different things like that, but nobody said anything, especially the women on that one. But getting back to them, um, if you think about it, that anger has been towards his wife and his kids for the longest time. It's like, and this is a deeper issue, and he should have been checked this a long time ago. But he has if you look at Will, he's been going through it for years. He's been going through it for years. He's been disrespected in the media. He's been by his wife, by people making jokes. He's been disrespected by his kids. He's been disrespected all the way around. But he's allowed a lot of this. But he's just been coping with it. But and nobody, I mean, people have talked about it, but they don't talk about it on the level of how it really affects him. How does this affect this guy like that? And most people don't know. Like, well, they do know. This man has been he's basically been trying to compete with a dead man for the longest time. As long as he's been with this lady, he's been competing with a dead man, and she's been making that known. She's been emasculating this man for the longest time, and women don't understand how much of issue that is when you talking about men and what we deal with and stuff like that. She's been emasculating that man for long now. It's his fault that he let it continue, but she's been doing this. She's been talking, professing her love and this and that and other for Tupac, and he's had to deal with that for the whole time he's been with her. His own daughter, who's never met Tupac a day in her life, um, wrote a letter to Tupac talking about, "Can you please come back so my mommy and me can be happy?" Who do y'all think? Who do y'all think she get that from? If she's never met this man a day in her life, you know, how do you think her mother is talking about this person? It's like these are the things that a man has to deal with, and that man has to deal with. Let me tell you something. As somebody who go through stuff, who deal with certain things internally, and you try to put on a happy face and this and another, you go about your life. One thing about it, you can spot other people who go through the same stuff. You can spot the facades in people. Now, I wouldn't say facades, but the you can spot that just that pain within them. And when you look at Will and all that other stuff, you can see, and you could see the dualities of what he's dealing with when he was doing his speech and stuff like that. He goes from smiling to, back to his emotions and stuff like that, because it's like you don't know how to feel. You don't know how to let all this stuff out. And he's been dealing with all of that. So, and one, like I said, that wasn't about Chris, even though um yeah, there might have been a little bit of tension before, but realistically, that wasn't about Chris. That was about all the stuff he's been dealing with. That's about all the stuff she's put him through. It just wasn't the time to do it. It wasn't a good look for him. It actually, to me, it made him look weak. But a lot of women were like, yeah, he took up for his wife. I get it. You could take up for your wife, but we gotta really look at this. I think I made a post a while ago, um, that we don't never really talk about how so many women have got men killed or in jail because of words, because somebody said some words to them, or somebody did something to them, and that man feeling like he got to protect those women because of words, and those men just go without a thought and just go do whatever, and they either go to prison or they end up jail. We don't talk about this stuff. It's cool to say, yeah, he protect this and another, but if Will goes to jail or if something happened or whatever, then it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to this. But you put him in that situation because you thought that he should have did something because somebody said some words. Now, nobody putting no physically harming you or putting hands on you. Somebody said some words. Now, it's ways to check them. It's ways to check another man with, saying, by him saying words and stuff. You can take him to the side. You can, you can correct him. You can do different things, but you don't have to resort. Because if you're not if you're not in that setting and you're on the street and you do something like that, it escalates real quick. But we have a lot of women that think that that's how you're supposed to handle it in the street, and unfortunately, you got a lot of brothers that's not here because of that. I know I'm serious in this out, but this is what happened. We have to talk about these things because these things happen in real life every single day. Every single day, a dude is fighting because of a woman, or trying to protect a woman, even though they say we don't protect a damn thing, but men do. And it's a lot of those brothers that's in jail because of that. It's a lot of brothers that's dead because of that. But people don't want to put that responsibility on themselves. They'll just say, oh, people stupid or this and that and the other, but they don't put the responsibility on themselves that man either died or went to jail because he was trying to protect you for something that was stupid. Because somebody said some words that you didn't like. It's like, come on, we gotta be better than we have to be better than this. We have to learn from things, and as men, we have to learn how to be able to deal with anger and emotions. I think I said this before. We just have to learn how to deal with our emotions better and our anger better, because one wrong move or one split decision and things could go left. You either in prison or you dead because you acted on something that you could have really thought twice on or whatever. And then it takes a strong woman, a woman that's really about something to keep you from making a mistake, or say no, you don't really have to do that. Let's just go, or whatever. We talk about protecting black women, but black men need protection too. They need protection from themselves of doing something that they'll regret. So women need to put that onus on themselves to, and I know some women like that. They would never put you in that position because they're not the rowdy type. They would never put you in that position because they know, and that's something. If somebody touched them inappropriate or somebody attacked them, of course you're going to go and protect your woman. But some words or whatever, this and other, you don't need to. You got women that will just be like, no, let's go, let's, saying we don't need to do all that or whatever. They will diffuse the situation, but you got women that will escalate the situation, and then that man is in a lot of times in a lose situation. So I think on that, we really have to be better, man. That whole situation. I feel for Chris because he was put in a situation. I mean, yeah, the what I'm saying, everybody get jokes. As a comedian on that show, everybody got jokes or whatever. This and that. I know he said jokes in 2016, whatever, but like they're jokes. That's the show. That's what the show is for. It's for jokes or whatever. It's never. Even Will laughed. He didn't do anything until his woman, made it that she didn't really like the joke or whatever. So then he felt compelled to do something. So he did what he thought he had to do. Like I said, I get it, but then I don't get it. I'm all for protecting your woman or whatever, but like I said, and on that and in that way, I just can't, especially right there in that moment on that stage, knowing what you're about to receive and knowing what your accomplishment is about to be. You gotta think twice about that. Like, they are honoring you and you just stain that whole thing for a split second decision. And that's all if it's real. Gotta preface that if it's real. But hey, that's my 2 cents, man. That's all that's all I'm really gonna say about that. Like I said, it needs no talking about anymore. Enough people have talked about it. I couldn't do a podcast without talking about it. It's content. So that's my 2 cents, and I'm just going to I'm gonna let that rest. But this show, I'm gonna give a shout out to our sponsor. This show, I know man was talking about, man, how the hell you got a sponsor? You just started. Hey man, we black owned over here, baby. We sponsor ourselves. So our sponsor today is Demoji Clothing. I got it on right now. If you see Demoji Clothing, DMOGI Clothing. You can go on the website demojiclothing.com. Follow on Instagram at DemojiClo. Luxury apparel, luxury streetwear apparel, top quality. People who have purchased from me, they always rave about the quality of the merchandise. It's not one of those clothing brands that just buy all this guild and stuff that you can only wear once, and it's directly made for me. So the merchandise lasts, the clothing lasts, feels good, feels like good quality, and we're coming out with new designs a little bit later on this year. We're gonna keep rock and rolling with it. Like I said, Demoji Clo, DMOGI clothing.com, at Demoji Clo on Instagram. Now let's get back to the show. So my rant for this week is it's a hypothetical. It's something that people are talking about, but I damn sure don't want it to happen. But and they said it on the news too, and the possible locations for the Washington football team to move, their new stadium to the harbor. I'm gonna tell you right now, if they move that bitch to the harbor, I am selling my house, quick, fast, in a hurry. I will not be living where I live if they move to the harbor. That bitch is being sold ASAP. And it's always, I think it's most of the people, and you got a lot of fans that be talking on Twitter and stuff like that, talking about, oh, they should put the stadium at the harbor and this stuff. These people don't even live on this side. Like, there's nowhere to put it on the harbor, for one. And for two, that site can't even support the traffic that will come there. If you think FedEx traffic is ridiculous, that traffic at the harbor will be stupid. It's already stupid now. You get a little bit of traffic in that area, and it turns my regular hour and a half or so commute home to like almost to like 3 hours, and that's just on a regular day with no game or nothing like that, no game traffic or whatever. Like, hey, man, y'all must be crazy talking about put some damn stadium at the harbor. Boy, my house would be on the market. I'll short sale this bitch. I'll try to get this joint so quick. They better stop playing. I don't know. Those people that saying they should put it down there, they only come down there for entertainment. They go down there on a weekend, go to a restaurant, go to the casino, whatever, and that's it. But they don't do this on a regular basis. Anybody who drives in that area on a regular basis know that is not the move at all. It is not the move. So yeah, nah, we ain't doing that at all. So nah. Let me know what y'all think, cause maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm off, but I don't think nobody want that. Whoever makes that drive in that area, I don't think nobody want that, because you talking about on game days and stuff like that, trying to get home or trying to get wherever you want to go, it ain't gonna happen on that end. You just gonna be in the house or not go to work or whatever. Like, nah, we don't want that. Y'all can keep it right there in Landover. Keep it at FedEx or wherever y'all want to put the thing, but not at the harbor. No way, no sir, not gonna happen. But let's get into this weekly Twitter post. It's about to go down. Let's see what we have here. The latest. So I got another one from a lady. She tweeted, "Y'all, I stopped to put gas and this man to pump gas, and this man walked up to me, and before I could even speak, he said, 'Don't even say you got a boyfriend, because I know your ass don't. Your wheels rusty and your brakes loud as fuck. No boyfriend finna let their girl ride around like that.'" And she couldn't even say something. And I thought that was funny as hell, because like, it's so funny because I'm not even with my daughter mother. We've been we've been broken up for years. Like, shit, it might be like 18 years, so something like that. But whenever I see her, I look at her car And I'll be like, you need to fix that. You need to wash that car. You need to this and another. So what he's saying is true. Like for a lot of guys, I don't see them because some of these guys, some of these guys is trash because they let their girls come out the house any type of way. They let their girls' cars be all messed up and like we got some trash dudes out here. But for a lot of the dudes, they not letting you ride around. Um, looking crazy, car looking crazy. Hopefully, um, and I always look at it. And whenever I see a girl out and about, I always look. I look at a couple things. I try to see that passenger seat, see if that bitch is always laid all the way back. Because if it's laid back far enough, I know she got a dude. I look and see if I mean nobody really would ride around on rims anymore, but I always would look at that too and look and see how the car is or what type of car she got. That'll let me know if she maybe got a dude or she driving a dude car or whatever. It's certain things men look for when they looking at a woman and what they driving and how they driving and how they moving and stuff like that. I don't know if women know that or not, but fellas, if that's something y'all do, let me know. Um, but I know I do. I'm it's especially that guy daggone that daggone passenger side seat. If that bitch is all the way leaned back, I know it was a dude in there. I know it was a dude. And when you get in, if you get in, I don't really ride on the passenger side of women's car. I don't like riding with women at all. I really don't. I don't like riding with nobody for real because my anxiety is on 1,000. But I really don't like riding with anybody. But yeah, I know when a dude was in a chick car, it's just little telltale signs you look at when you when you dealing with women. But like I said, that dude was right as well. It's like your wheels can't be looking like if your wheels is crusty and brakes all messed up and all this stuff messed up with your car. It's like you either got a man or he trash, one or the other, because he can't let you ride around like that at all. He shouldn't be let you ride around like that. And if he is, he need to step his game up because I'm not going to let no girl of mine ride around like that. Like I said, when I see my daughter mother, I always make sure I'm like, yo, you need to watch the car or whatever. She's like, I'm going to do it. I was about to do it. It's always I'm about. I was going to. I was this and that. I'm like, nah, you need to do it. Like it's looking crazy. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know if I'm off base um, as far as my assessments on that. But I thought that was a funny. I thought that was a funny post. And she couldn't do nothing but laugh, because she was about to lie and say she had a boyfriend, but she couldn't roll with that. But I respect girls saying that. Oh, I got a boyfriend. I mean, you just let me down easy. Even though I do not try to holler at women anyway. Um, I don't. I probably try to holler at maybe 3 girls in my lifetime. Um, yeah, that's just it's not something I do. But I do observe to see if they may have somebody. You know, even though I ain't gonna do shit. You know, that's just me. But let's get into things that I may or may not give two shits about, and they are Blac Chyna. Let's come to the forefront. Blac Chyna. Congratulations, you played yourself. Now, for people who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, Blac Chyna posted that, oh, I decided to give up my 3 cars and single mom stuff. She don't have no help, and saying she don't get no support and blah blah blah, whatever that little post was. And then Rob came on that joint and was like, I pay 40,000 a year for schooling. I got my daughter Tuesday through Saturday. I pay for everything. Why would I pay child support? And then Tiger came on that joint was like, I paid 37 grand a year for schooling. and have mine from like Monday through Saturday, something like that. And bruh, how you paying how you paying, less than me? But I'm like, well damn, if they got them the whole damn time, well she only got them for like 1 or 2 days a week. Shouldn't she be paying them? Like, you only got the kids for like 1 or 2 days a week. You should be paying them child support. The crazy part about it, which I've never seen ever in my life of being on social media, I don't care if they was wrong or not. I've never seen a black woman not come back and clap back at anybody. She didn't even have a comeback. She didn't even come back. She didn't even respond. Not that I know of. I don't even think she responded. That's probably that probably got to go down in history. Really, we might have to memorialize that, because I ain't never seen a woman, especially no black woman, not have no comeback. I don't care if they dead wrong or they gonna have a comeback. And because you ain't gonna out argue no black woman. That's just something that you ain't gonna do. They could be dead wrong. By the time you finish arguing, you just gonna be so beat down. You be like, man, you got it, yo. Like shit, you making my damn head hurt. But she had no comeback. I was like, yo, this has to be a moment in history that she had no comeback for them. But she played herself. She really tried it. She thought she was gonna get that sympathy that most of them get. That, oh, these men ain't taking care of me, this and other, and all this other stuff. But it's like, well, you a part-time mom. The dudes got them more than you have them. So what you doing? Why you not working? Why you not, hey. But that's the wonderful life of, that's the wonderful word of social media. Um, then we're gonna go to Tyler Perry. Yeah. Tyler Perry said that he uses the Madea voice sometimes during sex. I just have to pause on that right quick. I don't even know what to say. You want to see some Hey man, let me not get canceled on this joint. Um, yeah, I'm trying to find the right words for this, because why would you be using the Madea voice? Who would want you to use the Madea voice? And how high do y'all want my voice to go? Like, how high do y'all want my voice to go on this? I don't know what to say. I'm at loss for words on this one. Because what you want to say, you can't say. You get canceled in this bitch. Yeah, we gonna move on from that, because just know that's crazy. We gonna move on from that. Oh yeah, there we go. We got the Queen B. Queen B. Beyonce. Whew. Hold on, man. Beyonce always blessed us with some good picks every now and then. I mean, she always blessed us with nice picks, but every now and then she give you some picks and you be like, damn! Ooh, them things was stinging. Man, them babies then did a body good. Or maybe I shouldn't be talking about women's body like that. But hey, man, everybody else was saying it. I'm gonna say it too. That Beyonce, you did your thing with those pictures. You yeah. And I normally don't even look at all the Beyonce pictures for real, but them joints caught my eye, because like I said, them things was thanging. They were thanging. I had another sound effect, but I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. This is only my second podcast. I don't want to get talked about, whatever. But yeah, just know she was doing her thing. Salute to her. Give her air. But Cardi B, congratulations to Cardi B. Congratulations to Cardi B. She first woman to all her songs on her album went platinum. That's a crazy feat. That was a good album, but that is a crazy feat to have that on your resume. She only made one album, and that was a real strong debut album. I wasn't expecting much from that album, but what she put out, I was highly impressed. I was like that was really a good album. So congratulations on Cardi for putting out a dope album, and get and achieving that feat that no other woman artist has achieved. I mean, woman rap artist has achieved. Um, Real dope album. Shout out to Lotto. Lotto put out a dope album. I listened to that album. It was good front to back. I really like women that put out dope, real dope projects, and that Lotto album was real good to me. I even like that. I mean, this album was put out last year, I believe, but that Erica Banks chick, I liked her album as well. It was a pretty dope album to me. For not being totally known, I mean, of course, she had the Bust It song, but she had some other good songs on that album. If you want to go check that out, y'all should check that out as well. Those, so those type of albums, whatever, it makes me disappointed that Meg put out what she put out. Like, that album was, to me, it's my opinion, that album was garbage to me. I mean, it's like, yeah, I know what type of songs you make. I know you make the twerk songs, you make this and another, but it's like, give us something else. Like, when I see you, all I see is you twerking and you shaking your ass. That's all I know you for, twerking, shaking your ass, but the music don't match. The music is not hitting, and it's not me just saying that. She got so many millions of followers. Nobody listened to that album like that. She didn't even do no numbers on that album. So it's like, you got all these women that support you, and all these women that say, oh, we need to show support for Meg and this and another, but none of y'all went and listened to that album like that. So what are we doing here? Because at the end of the day, that album was garbage as well. It wasn't anything. But I wish she would, because Meg is talented enough to put out a good album. She's talented enough. She don't have to continue to do what she's doing, unless that's all that she can do. Now, if that's all she could do, then we have to accept it for what it is. But it's like, you have talent enough to put out stuff that, even what Lotto just did. Lotto's not as big as you, but she put out a dope project. Lotto put out a dope project. I really like it. But hopefully Meg will put out something that we all love and enjoy. But shout out to Cardi. Cardi did her thing. She, achieved it. Cardi, and I don't know when you're gonna get some music from Cardi, because Cardi, she getting bags everywhere. She making moves everywhere, and it's so crazy that to see her come up from what she started from and what she ended at, where she's at now, it's like, damn, like, she doing her thing. I think I just saw something. She's doing something with Baby Shark, and yeah, Cardi out here, she making moves, and I can't be mad at it. And I see Nicki, starting to do her thing again. I like Nicki. I don't like her personality. I don't know her, but just the personality she put off, I do not like it. But I like her music. When she's not trying to do the poppy stuff, but I do like Nicki music. But I just don't like her personality. I love Cardi. Cardi is her no matter what. And she jokes, she laugh, and it's another. Only thing I don't like is she let too many people opinions get in her head. She got to address everything. You don't have to address everything. But yeah, shout out to Cardi. Cardi is a real one, for real. But the important topic and all this stuff ties together as far as the first topic we talked about. I'm trying to educate people on things, especially educate women on men and what men deal with and what we go through, things like that. And I try to have fun, but I always try to educate and try to give the listeners some background and a better understanding of men and what men deal with and the pressures and things like that and why men do what they do. Some men, not all, but some men do what they do and what they deal with. And some stuff be generalized, but if you look at the way of the world and how things go, and you look at the homeless rate of men are the majority of the homeless people out there. Men deal with a lot, and a lot of times they get lost with women that men a lot of times women say men have it. I mean, women have it harder than men, but like statistics and everything else does not support it at all. Um, Men commit suicide more. Men, are homeless more because nobody really cares. If a man ain't doing something or doing something with his life, like you just get thrown to the side. It's like next. Like that's why you got so many men homeless and stuff like that. Nobody's picking up the pieces for men. You got a bunch of single mom developments and this and that and other for women and stuff like that. A man is just like if you don't make it, you don't make it. Like, and that's unfortunately that's how it is. But a lot of times they don't look at it like that. I remember I read an article. Um, I read an article, and a lot of times these things don't get highlighted. You got to search for this type of stuff. You got to come across this type of stuff, and a woman, transgender, she switched over to being a man or whatever. She thought everything's gonna be better or whatever. This and another. I think it was a Latino woman, and it was a couple of them actually. A white woman, I think Latino woman, and this and that. And what they found was it was way worse being a man than it was being a woman. She was like it was more lonelier. You get harassed a little bit more, especially the Latino ones got harassed more, and people just don't care. Like people don't care. You don't get the same type of treatments, and she tried to be like advocating for women's for women and stuff like that. Even though she had transitioned to a man, she tried to advocate for women, and women were like, mind your business. And what I'm saying, the stuff they would say to her, whatever, she just saw the difference of how things are. And it's like when you don't have that, when you don't understand, or you don't have that that reference point of, damn, they do have a heart, they do this, and you're always going to think your plight is bigger than the other person's. So but I forgot where I saw that article at. But yeah, it's tough. But I wanted to play this clip because this is something important that I think should be talked about. Let's go.
A man and a woman go into a car dealership. Who gets the higher price for the car? And everybody knew women because they think of this, they think of that. Easy conversation. But then we get to men's relationship with money. And I had them look at a Cambridge University study found that 6 months after losing their jobs, men start go into a chemical depression. It's like a physiological depression because they've been conditioned since the caveman days to provide and protect, provide and protect. And if they can't do the one, women actually value them, like, I'm a neuroscience nerd. Our brains make us feel about ourselves by how we nurture. Men's brains make them feel about themselves about how they provide. So we're having this conversation, and this kid raises his hand. It makes me cry when I think about it. And he's like, maybe that's why my dad left. Wow. And the teacher wasn't expecting the conversation to go there. And he's like, if he couldn't do the one thing he was supposed to do, maybe he felt like, we were better off without him. And this girl raises her hand, and she's like, in lions, when the male starts taking food, or when there's not enough food, and the male else starts taking resources away, they leave. You know, it's an animal thing. And if you just put that, you know, mental reality on our community and the messaging that Black men get, it's just too much. And they don't feel like they have anything to add. And because we attach so much to money, it's like, no, the role modeling, the love you support, the emotional support you give for your kids, that's what's going to matter. But when you don't feel good about yourself, and that's why we're trying to de-link the way. Because society makes men feel really bad. And they don't have it like. And this is.
It's a lot to take in, right? Hopefully y'all heard that, but that's a lot to take in. But when I heard that, you get so many different thoughts. Especially if you dealt with some of that. I know a lot of men have dealt with certain things in that within what she was saying, which was so powerful. There's a powerful thing that's real that the men deal with. I know when I came back from overseas, and it happened so quick, and I came back home and I didn't have a job after that, and I was without a job for 5 months, and I was talking to my homegirl, and I was like, because I got depressed, I got real depressed, and I was like, yo, I just don't feel. I was like, I feel like a bum. I feel like trash. I've always been working. I've only, not worked for, one time in my life when, when a event happened or whatever. And that was like, I was like 20, 21, something like that. So I've been working all this time. I didn't work 2 jobs. I didn't work 3 jobs and stuff like that. And so when you're on autopilot like that, and you're taking care of things, and and you go through something like that where you're just not working, you're not feeling productive as a man, because your whole, like she said, your whole thing is to provide, and this, that, and other. You feel worthless, and it's one of those things. It's like, as a guy having to deal with that, and not all men, because you got some bums out there that don't care. They will sit on their ass and don't do anything. But for men that want to provide for their family or provide for their kids, and do different things, it makes you feel a certain. Or even if you're working and you can't do the things that you want to do because the job that you have is not paying enough, or you can't get ahead and things like that, it makes you feel some type of way. And our DNA is to be that provider, be that one source. But then on the other hand, Shahrazad Ali wrote a book like over 30 years ago, talking about Black men, and how Black women, because she just deals strictly with Black women and Black men, and she was like, we Black women, they put so much emphasis on a Black man, as far as, especially with kids, about his money. If he not providing money, she won't let him see the kid. If he's not providing you with certain things, then he's not worthy. And that's a lot to deal with, especially in this day and age. It's like, people see stuff online on social media and think everybody got it. You got some woman that said that it's easy to become a millionaire now. I'm like, who? If it's easy, why ain't you a millionaire? She's saying this, like, but you got you got a lot of these women that see these celebrities, and they look at a small percentage of men, and they project that on all these other men that they're making an honest living, even if they're making like 50,000 or something like that. Like, they above the average of what an average Black man makes. Me working with a bunch of people, me working around a bunch of people, and people that's in these different cities, different states, and stuff like that, it really gives you a good understanding of how much people are making, or what the jobs are, what the job markets are in the different area. Hell, even where my brother live, he out in Cumberland, and the job market is ass out there, and so you don't get a lot of good paying jobs and stuff like that. But when I think a lot of times we look at our bubble and we think everybody is making it. Like, you get these people that live in big cities, like here and Miami and New York and different places like that, the big cities where the jobs are going to be and they're going to pay more. You think everybody's making it, and everybody's not making that. Everybody is not making that, and I always try to say it's an argument, but I believe the argument is true. You just go walk out your house and go to stores and different things, go different places. Our women can get jobs faster than us, you know. And that's just a fact. You see more women, you see more black women working than you see more black men. They can get jobs faster than us, and because we are seen as, even though both of us are seen a certain way, we are seen as more of a threat than anything. I've been on job interviews where um, people don't, the person that was interviewing me never even looked at me. I felt like Tupac when he went through his court proceeding. He was like, "Yon, I knew how this was going to go because you never even looked at me the whole time." I've been on job interviews like that where I knew I wasn't going to get it because the guy never looked at me, you know. But the insecurities of not having it like that, and I felt that way. I remember two times. Um, I remember twice I felt where I was inadequate to maybe try to deal with somebody, and I remember I was in high school, and it was a girl that liked me, and I liked her, but I was like, I don't have anything. I don't, it's nothing that I can really do with her, and I didn't try to holler at her and say make the move. And even her friend was like, "Well, she like you this or no?" And I just let it be because I didn't feel great about myself. And then there was another girl that I liked, and both had mutual interests within each other. But when I looked at her, she looked so well put together, and what she, saying what her life was. And at the time I was looking at me, even though I made a decent amount of money and stuff like that, I just looked at it and was like, I am not there. I'm not there at all as far as, sometimes it can be intimidating as a man, and how you look at a woman, or if you feel like you're going to have some insecurities within dealing with that person. Not saying that, like I said, I made pretty good money, but at that time in my life, I don't think I was fully put together. And me looking on the outside end of that person, it looked like they was totally put together. So it was just like, I can't do nothing with that. That was my insecurities on that. Who knows? Their life could have been shambles too, but just on the outside looking in, that's pretty much how it looked. But I think as for the women that's listening, you never know what sometimes you got to talk to your man. You never know what your man is dealing with. You never know what his insecurities are and how they feel, and about how they provide for you. Because a lot of times, a man could be doing what he feel like he can do for you, and a lot of times some women be putting so much pressure on him, and like it's just not enough, and you just feel inadequate. So it's like sometimes, dude, it's like, man, I'd rather just leave it alone, because it's like I feel like I can never please this person, you know. Um, and that's how it be. It's like so much pressure is put on that man to do all these things, and it's we have to get out of this state of needing so much, and wanting so much, and putting the pressures on the next person, especially putting the pressures of this 1% of people in life. You putting those pressures on the average person, to do all these things for you when they're doing the best that they can. They doing, what they can. I remember my first love, and this is good too. That my first love, and her birthday came around. I think her birth. No, it was just regular. And then Valentine's came up one time, but she used to tell me, she was like, you always talking about, because at that point I had nothing. I had nothing. I was I was Whitney Houston in that bitch. I got nothing. But yeah, I had nothing, and she was like, "You worry about all the things you don't have or what you can't give me and stuff like that. Think about the stuff that you can do. Think about, saying what you can. Think about what I like." She really molded me into a lot of the things that I know now. She taught me so much. Shout out to her. Um, but and so when Valentine's came around, I just got her all her favorite things. It didn't cost her much. This was when Foxy Brown was smoking hot. Like, she loved Foxy Brown. And I got her that CD. I got all her favorite little candies, whatever. I didn't have no money, but got all her little favorite candies stuff, and she loved it or whatever. But I think we, men and women, but a lot of times women, they think those big things are going to please them, and realistically it's not. You just put yourself further and further. You put in that person, you putting so much stress on that person to live up to that, live up and get all these different things and stuff like that. But it's me thinking that way, thinking I had to have all this money to make her happy or whatever. This and other. That's a societal thing. Even though I put that pressure on myself, it's one of those things that we see. That a lot of times you deal with other people. You deal with a lot of people, and they want those things. It's like, oh, if he's not taking me here, or if you're not taking me there on this date, or you're not doing this and other, I don't want you. You just feel all this pressure, and you just like, shit. I just want a regular person, yo. I don't want to have to compete with all this dumb stuff. But women, men, like we have to get it together. Women, try to have a better understanding of men and your man, especially what they go through and the things they go through. Because a lot of times they're not going to just outright tell you. They not, they deal with. We push a lot of the stuff that we deal with deep down. That's why we die faster. We don't live as long as y'all because there's so much stuff be weighing on us, and we don't have no outlets. We don't, we just don't have no outlets to vent. But that clip was a very good clip and an eye open clip that I hope people take some. I hope people really listen to that and process that. But but you know, this has been, like I said, this week has been a very wild week. You know, like I said, that Will and that Will. You know what's crazy? That Will and Chris Rock thing made me think about the wildest things that I ever saw in my life. You know, and a couple things came to mind, but it was like, yo, like that was something that was wow. I thought I would never see that on a TV, on a award show. I didn't think I would ever see something like that. But hell, like shit, some of the stuff I'm about to tell you, I thought I would never see it too. But these are the just the three things that just came to my mind. I remember I remember I was working at National Time Battery, and I'm doing my selling thing. I sold me some tires. I got to put some tires on this person's car. So, I finished helping the customer out, and I walked to the shop. I'm excited because anytime you sell 4 tires, that's money being made. It's money being made for me. It's money being made for the technicians. Um, and I go out there like, yo, who want to do this? Whatever, blah blah blah. So we had this guy. He was working there part time, older guy, and he worked. His full time job was at WSSC, and this was his part time, whatever. So he's sitting there looking at the invoice or whatever. I'm like, yeah, this what's going on, whatever, this and another. And as I'm talking to him, he just casually pulls out a baggie and just starts sniffing coke right in front of me. I was like, I was shocked for a minute. I was like, so this is what we doing? I'm like, this man would just really just pulled out a bag and just started sniffing coke. I'm like, so you gonna go you know uh, um, put on some tires after that? Like, I don't even want to give you this car. Like, how do you react to that? Somebody tell me, how do you react to somebody doing that in front of you? Like, it is like he just blew his nose or something. Like, this wasn't something normal. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I had a manager that was there. We already knew he was on that because he be mellow throughout the day. Then all of a sudden he goes somewhere for a minute. He come back out, boy, in that joint like Speedy Gonzalez. He run around the joint sweating, nose dripping and everything. We already knew what time he was on. He had the Lee Malvo car too, riding right. He had the Lee Malvo joint. But this Bama used to run around, and we knew when he went and did something. But just to see that in front of my face I was like, okay. I'm at work, and this Bama just pulled out a baggie and just sniffed some coke right in front of my face. But all right, cool. Then the second joint. So I was living over, and anybody living in Maryland, D.C. I was living over there at Elkcrest, and I come home one day. I had a brand new. This one of the Chargers had switched their body styles, and I had a brand new white Charger. So I'm coming home one day, and all I see is arms flailing all around. I was like, "What the fuck is going on over here?" And so as I get closer, it's a dude and a girl just tussling. Like it's like he pushing her. I ain't see her hitting her or something, but it's like he pushing her arms just flailing all over the place. I was like, man, I'm gonna mind my goddamn business. I went and parked, and I get into the building, and I'm waiting. The elevator taking forever. I'm waiting on the elevator. I finally get in the elevator, and these mofos get on the elevator with me. I was like, oh shit. She come in the joint, her hair everywhere, hair all over the place. She crying and this, that, and that. I'm like, come on. So they arguing or whatever, this and another. And he arguing, and she was like, I mean, I'll pay for it. He was like, well, what? Like, you ain't got no damn money. So the whole time he's not looking at her while he's arguing. He is not looking at her at all. He was like, man, I knew I shouldn't have messed with you, yo. Something just told me not to mess with you, yo. He tying his shoes. He's like, the only time he ever looked at her, and I'm sitting there thinking like, why is this elevator taking so long? I only live on the fourth floor. Why is this taking so long to get to the fourth floor? I do not want to be on this elevator for this. And the only time he ever looked at her, he was like, I knew I shouldn't have messed with you. He looked over too and was like, you some trash, yo. I was like, man, this elevator gotta hurry up, yo, because this is crazy. Like, I was like, this dude, I said, the only time he ever looked at this chick when he called her trash, yo. I said, damn. So fast forward 2 days later, I'm coming out the 7-Eleven on Silver Hill Road, coming out the 7-Eleven, and he pulled out. He had an orange Charger. He had one just like mine. He had an orange Charger. He made that turn. Man, she kicked that whole passenger door in. And this Bama had the tag still on the joint. I was like, oh, see, that's why. This is exactly why you mind your goddamn business. I was like, she kicked that whole damn door. You could tell somebody put their foot in that joint. She put her foot into that joint. So yeah, I just mind, and they were still together after that. I saw him. I would see him all the time or whatever. And that, like I said, sometimes you just mind your business because A lot of times they end up back together, and you don't know what the hell happened. You just rolling in on something. But yeah, I was like, well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what provoked it. I don't know. I was like, but seeing that put a little bit of context of what happened. Um, I know when I pull up, I ain't see him hitting her, but I just saw her arms just flailing and him like pushing her or whatever. But hey, man, if you would have saw that car with the paper tags on it, with a big footprint in that joint, I don't know. That shit was crazy. That was one of the wildest joints I've seen. But then my last joint, this is crazy, yo. Same place, Oakcrest, Iowa. And my homeboy that I used to work with, but he lived over, like 2 floors up from me in the same spot. We lived on the same, like directly above me, but 2 floors up. And so we all knew he was a wild boy. Like he's just wild. So I used to go to work super early. Like I leave at the house like 4 something in the morning. This morning I get out. I leave out like I leave out every morning. Elevator open up. He on the elevator. Second person on the elevator. Assessed it. Oh, this is a prostitute. But it's a dude. Like it's a dude. I can tell it's a dude. And I don't know, trying to kind of like hide their face or whatever. And I immediately turned around to face the daggone. I turned around to face the daggone the damn elevator doors because I'm like, yo, please, this elevator gotta hurry up and get downstairs, yo, because this is super embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for him. Um, I was like, but I don't even know what to say. I just turned around so quick. I was like, yo, what's up, man? And that's all I said the whole ride. Like, I didn't want to say. I didn't even know what to say. I didn't know like because I'm like, he trying to act like he not with it, but I know he with the joint or whatever. I'm like, yo, and I never addressed it with. I mean, like I don't really talk to him. I definitely don't talk. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I'm like, I never addressed that ever. The times I saw him, whatever, never said a word about it. I'm like, hey man, do you? But I'm pretty sure it was like 4 something in the morning. I didn't think like somebody new would be on a damn elevator or whatever. But like, that's crazy, yo. Wow. I mean, I know I got some other crazy things, but those are the first things that came to my head. Was like, have I ever seen something crazier than that? But yeah, I have seen some stuff crazier than that. Like, let me know. Let me know y'all crazy story. If y'all watching this on YouTube, put it down in the comments. Let me know y'all crazy stories because those were yeah, yeah. I don't know. Especially that last one. Like I was so lost and so embarrassed. Like I have secondhand embarrassment. I get secondhand embarrassment. I'm always embarrassed for the. I don't get embarrassed myself. I get embarrassed for other people. And that one right there took the cake. I was that elevator couldn't move fast enough. I didn't look back. I got off the elevator before them. I didn't look back. I didn't do anything. I got in my car and just rolled out because I was like, I don't want to see. I don't even want to see this. Like I don't. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna end it on that note. Um, like I said, wild week. A lot of things we unpacked. A lot of things you got to think about. Please think about. Assess what you're doing out here. Assess how you operating, how you dealing with your partner or your future partner. Things to think about. Um, yeah, and come back here next week. We're gonna be back here next week. You know, we're gonna keep on rock and rolling. Like I said, it's gonna get better. I'm gonna get a little bit more comfortable. I got a little bit more comfortable here. The more I keep on doing it, the more the better I'm gonna get at it. So, you know, like I said, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for listening, and you know, I thank you for the support. But like I said, get your weight up, not your hate up. Congratulate people on the things they do. Don't forget to congratulate yourself. Don't be ashamed to congratulate yourself. One of my homeboys I used to work with me, he told me that like you got to congratulate yourself sometimes. You know, we put ourselves down too much. Congratulate yourselves. Congratulate your other, you know, the people around you on their success. Their their success is their success. You know, it's easy to look at people like, oh, they winning, they doing this, and that, and other, but it's their time to win. It's just their time to win, and congratulate them on that. So you know, their wins don't take nothing away from you. I congratulate all my friends on their wins. I got saying some dope black women um, that's around me. It's more black women that are around me than it is black men. And those my black male friends, you know. I congratulate them. You know, all of them busy, all of them married. You know, I don't get to hang out with them like that. Um, but I be, saying proud of everything they doing. But I got some dope black women around me, and they doing amazing things, and they've done amazing things, and I congratulate them all the time. Their wins are like my wins, and I love to see it. So, like I said, get your weight up, not your hate up. Strive to be the better, best person you could be, and see where it take you, and that's all you can do. I want to thank y'all. Thank you for your time. That's all my time. Till the next time, we are out of here.